We're going off-road in the Scottish Highlands next on Worldsport for the 99th edition of the Scottish 6 Days Trial.
The oldest motorcycle event in the world, the Scottish 6 Days is to trial what Monaco is to Formula 1. Across the competition, the 270 lucky riders not only had to tackle the rocky terrain around Lochaber, but also ride up to 110 miles a day between trials, ensuring that both they and their machines are pushed right to the limit. For those involved, the reward far outweighs the punishment that the trial offers. Just ask rider 198, Alex Wigg, one of the earliest contenders for the title.
It's the most famous trial in the world, and it's a big one. You know, some big names on that trophy, and I'd like to be one of them. So, you know, it's my year hasn't been going brilliantly so far, so I'd like this to sort of turn my year around, really, to be honest.
Having come up through the junior trial ranks, Wigg is a relative newcomer to the trial. A stark contrast to event favourite rider 209, Dougie Lampkin, who was vying for his sixth 6 Days title, all too aware of the challenges ahead.
I think what makes this event so different is obviously there's a lot of competitors here. You have early days and late days, so I mean, the water levels are changing constantly if the weather's bad. All sorts of things can go wrong with the machine. It's a long wait.
The format of the event is relatively simple. Each day has 30 stages which require the riders to complete a run across difficult terrain without lifting their feet off the pegs of their bike. After 6 gruelling days, the rider with the least penalty points is declared the winner. Over the first 3 days of the competition, Alex Wigg stayed in contention for a maiden win, just 2 marks behind leader Michael Brown, thanks to some very consistent performances. There was bad news for Lampkin though. Electrical problems with his bike saw him make a disastrous start, costing him a whopping 38 marks on day 1 and effectively ruling him out of the competition. It was a stark reminder that the rider is nothing without his machine, and in the case of the 6 Days trial, the machine in question is a unique one.
It's a 2-stroke engine in the trials bike. Like you can see, it's a lot smaller than a average road bike. It weighs about 86 kilograms. You can see with a bike there's no seat on the bike because the majority of the time you stood up on the bike. They're built for mainly riding over rocks and up streams and over the mountains, you know, so they have a very sort of torque engine, but they don't go fast. They'll probably only go maybe 70 kilometres an hour. Basically, we run the tyres very flat, and like you can see, you know, they're nearly flat. You know, so they run between 3 and 4 psi, and which gives them a lot of grip. Basically, that's our 2-stroke trials bike.
Despite the durability of the bike, reliability is an issue for many of the riders due to the hostile environment of the Highlands. Fortunately for Alex Wigg, however, his bike remained faithful, whilst leader Michael Brown couldn't get his started on day 4, meaning Wigg could claim the lead. Now the biggest challenge for Wigg will be maintaining his level of performance, as fatigue and mental exhaustion threaten to knock him off the top.
To be switched on for 6 days and, you know, for such periods of time is difficult, but it's you know, it's not so easy on the body either. They're long days, and across the moors and stuff, it does take it out of you. You know, you might be doing 20 or 30 miles between sections, so keeping switched on is very difficult, but you know, we're sort of just about to do it, but yeah, it's tricky.
There were certainly some nervy moments for the young Englishman, especially on the 6th and final day, as Michael Brown and Ben Hemingway were still within touching distance of the trophy. But a masterful display right up to the final stage by Wigg, collecting a mere 15 points in total, sealed victory for the 20-year-old.
I'm absolutely delighted to have won Scottish 6 Days this year. It's something I wanted to do, you know, forever since I was little, and since I lost it by 1 point last year, it's definitely made me more motivated to do it this year, and thankfully, my dreams come true.